Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Welcome aboard. It is Follow the Money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Mitch Moss, Pauly Howard with you live downtown Vegas, Circa Resort and Casino. Coming up in 30 minutes, Rick Venturi is going to join the program. We'll get into the Indianapolis Colts and their overall plan of attack for preseason game number 1 coming up this week, and who is going to ultimately win the starting quarterback job with that team. We will do a little baseball here, Pauly. This has to be talked about for a second because the Toronto Blue Jays now lead Colorado by a score of 20-1. They scored 8 runs in the top of the 9th. And
they have 24 hits. They had 25 in the first game of this series.
Here is what the order looks like. Schneider leading off today. 3 of 7, 4 RBIs, 2 home runs, 2 runs scored. Big Earn Clement, one of our favorites here on the show. A home run, 4 of 7 on the day, 4 runs scored. Vlad, 4 hits and 7 at-bats. Home run, 4 runs scored. Bo Bichette, 2 for 6, 4 RBIs, 2 runs, and a home run. So the top of the lineup, the 1 through 4 hitters, all hit a home run, and they combined for 5 overall. Ty France batting 5th, 4 for 4, 4 runs scored. Barger pinch hit in the game. 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs. Lucas, 1 for 5 with a triple and 4 RBIs.
Oh, come on.
What?
You cannot. DraftKings has got a money line on the game. Come on.
What are they?
100, was that 1,001? 10? Oh, come on. Who would bet that? Come on.
It's 100-1.
100-1. It's 20-1.
Yeah. Plus 18.5 runs is plus 269.
What are you doing? Johnny Avello needs more cheesecake. Who would bet that?
Right. That should be 1,000,000-1.
Come on.
I mean, based on the plus 18.5 at plus 269, you're telling me that the alt number here is basically, are they going to score 20 runs is 100-1?
What?
That's way off.
I think that, you never know. I got a rally going here.
I wouldn't take, we played that clip from Kevin on The Office all the time. It's one of the leads to the in pocket place. You give me anything at 10,001, I got to take it. I wouldn't take 10,001 right now on the Rockies to win this game. Why would you? Wasting money.
Yeah. Good stuff. Incredible what they did. 15-1, 10-4, and 20-1. I thought over 21.5 plus 230 was pretty good, though, going into the bottom of the 9th. But the first guy is out.
Well, they might just the Rockies might be drinking beers already in the dugout.
Well, it could be, yeah.
This is going to do wonders for the Blue Jays' run differential on the year, and the same thing for the Rockies. As bad as it's been for Colorado, their historical numbers here are going to get worse because of this 3-game set.
Yeah.
What would you make the number if they played again tomorrow?
That's too bad. It's not a 4-game set. I know. I know. There's only a couple of games tomorrow. Also, the big story is what's going on with Stafford. I wanted to give Colin a shout out. I thought it was an interesting tweet. I mentioned I've had a couple epidurals. I've had 3 back surgeries for herniated discs. Watch how you say that. Since 2017, Steve Levy. I've had 6 or 7 epidurals. I can't golf 2 days in a row. How are you going to play an NFL schedule and the pounding Stafford's going to take? I mean, I definitely think it's cause for concern. When I went in for the epidurals, you got to be wheeled in and they wheel you out. You're not allowed to drive home.
I brought this up earlier. There are 3s out there with a little bit of juice. Week 1, not preseason, week 1, Rams hosting the Texans. It's the wrong team LA wants to play. With that front 4.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? I mean, he could be getting, now they might keep him clean the entire day. Or he might be getting his, bell rung for 3 hours. That will not help. People brought this up, by the way, as well. What about week 2? Bet against the Rams right now in week 2, just in case he takes a pounding in week 1 because of the Texans front.
Yeah.
And maybe he's completely rattled or doesn't play in week 2.
Yeah. Good job. I also commend a lot of these guys and what these coaches are doing, either doing a 180 or saying, hey, they're playing. What Callahan said, what Zach Taylor said. Now Aaron Rodgers said, I'm open to playing. If they need me to go out there, and new team, why not? He said it's an interesting conversation. I'm going to talk to Mike and see what he wants to do, and if I'll be fully on board. 41 years old, Last appeared in a preseason game, first season with the Jets. Before that, he hadn't been on the field since 2018 going back for preseason. Will Howard's out, by the way, too. And that could be with a hand injury. So, I don't mind it. I have no problem with that. I'm not talking about a whole half or even a quarter, but I just put him out there for a series.
Right. And also, Rodgers has admitted, this is it.
Yeah.
It's his last year.
Yeah.
He signed with Pittsburgh thinking that going into the year. So why not go out there and give it a shot in the preseason? Be ready for week 1 then. They're playing at the Jets. That number might go up, by the way. It was already 2.5 up to 3 in week 1.
I think that goes higher.
You think it goes off at 4?
I really like Pittsburgh in that game. I liked them before, and then all the reports of how bad the passing game looks for the Jets in camp.
Well, it should be a shock to nobody, right?
They're not going to. He's not moving the ball on the Steelers.
I can't.
Right?
I can't imagine. Tomlin always finds ways to make it tricky for, in week 1 last year again against Kirk Cousins in Atlanta. Kicked 6 field. They did absolutely nothing. That was with Justin Fields.
Plus, he knows they just saw him. He was on the team last year. They know his capabilities, and they know he doesn't have a passing game.
So they dare him to throw.
That's right. Stack the box, and here, good luck. Just don't let off at it. I would love to play his props though over with rushing week in, week out.
Oh, how about rushing attempts over already?
That's not bad either. Yeah.
So here's what I was talking about before the break. If you don't think the bottom feeders in this division are going to do much this year, I know some people think the Titans can surprise and be, a sleeper team this season. But if you're not buying them or you're not buying the Colts, you can play the exact 1-2 order at DraftKings right now to be Texans, Jags plus 450 or Jags, Texans plus 550. You did the 1, 2, 3, 4 exact order.
Yeah, Will Hill's got it. Yep, Caesar's got it. It's good. 9-1 and 12-1. I'm very confident Houston wins the division. Tennessee finishes in last place. Then however you want to treat Jacksonville and Indy. 9-1, Jacksonville second, 12-1. Indy second.
With a month to go before the season starts, I do think Tennessee can be better than Indy.
Okay. That's not crazy. I know. That's not crazy. That's the thing that would take me down. That could happen. Indy could be atrocious. And it could be the quarterback issues. And I could see that too.
Let me throw some numbers at you here at DraftKings again. Inside this division, most passing touchdowns, Trevor Lawrence plus 145. Stroud's plus 155. Ward is 3-1, and there's a big drop off then, throw a dart, Danny Dimes 13-1, Richardson 20-1. Assuming you don't want any of those Colts quarterbacks, is there a number there in a quarterback that you would be intrigued by?
No, it's tough because of the Ward factor and also injuries and that kind of thing. But I do expect a different Jacksonville offense. How aggressive do you want to be with? Could Tennessee be like Houston? Remember, Stroud comes in, he lights the league on fire. They were 200. I had a ticket on them. They were 250-1 to win the Super Bowl.
I know.
And they went to the second round of the playoffs that year.
Don't forget, we've had that 2 years in a row, right? At least 2 years in a row. Had that with Houston, and we had it last year with Washington. Could Ward be a version of Daniels / Stroud?
Yes. I don't think he has the coaching, though.
Yeah.
I think that'll hurt him.
I was not a big fan of Callahan last year.
And I don't think the weapons are there either.
How about most rushing touchdowns? Jonathan Taylor is plus 110. There's only 2 people I want on this entire list. Mixon's plus 170. Nick Chubb is plus 850. Pollard 10-1. Etienne 12-1. Or Tank Bigsby 12-1.
I'd take Tank.
I would only look at JT or Bigsby there.
Yep.
And Taylor's minus 160 most rushing yards. I think people are forgetting about how good that guy is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, most receiving yards also, you got some pretty good options here. It's Nico Collins. If he plays a full year, forget about the pace he was on last year.
Yeah.
He's this is touchdowns, actually. Collins plus 220, Brian Thomas plus 220, Ridley plus 450. Hunter, I can't get there. I'm not going to do it, and I can't get there with a Colts player. But I think it's basically one of 2 players there in the receiving market, Collins or Thomas, as long as they stay healthy. And again, overall unit rankings, they are considered bottom feeders for a reason, going based on, Warren Sharp's numbers. He's got Stroud and the Texans quarterback room 9th overall. After that, Jacksonville 17, Tennessee 26, Indy 29th. The unknown of Cam Ward is better than the Colts. I would agree. I'd take Ward over those guys. Mm-hmm. O-lines, all of them, bad. Texans, worst. Titans 19th, Colts 21st, Jags 25th. Front seven, this is where the Texans can go crazy in this division. 5th overall, might actually be better than that. Against those O-lines that are going to be bad. Every other team here grades out bottom half or worse. And secondary, Texans 2nd overall in the league. Colts 20th, Titans 25th, Jaguars 30th. I mean, there's no comparison here between the defenses.
Yep.
And that's, again, you like the Texans a lot at plus 110 to win this division.
See what our guest says about the Colts coming up. I'm interested to hear about that. Everyone's excited. The documentary, episode 1 last night. You can watch the first 5. Check it out, vsin.com. The guys did a great job. They were on the show Monday with a 10-part doc. And sign up for the contest here. VSiN and Winner Circle Proxy giving away 2 grand prize packages for the Circa Millions contest. Each includes a fully paid entry, full season proxy service from the team at Winner Circle, behind-the-scenes tour of the VSiN studios as well. Free to enter. Go to winnercircleproxy.com/VSiN. Fill out the short form before August 17th. Don't miss your shot to play for $6 million in guaranteed prizes this season. winnercircleproxy.com/VSiN.
I like how Dana White was in the first episode, and he's basically just telling Derek Stevens, like, do you know how much people are going to hate my guts if I win this thing? And actually, he made a huge run for millions last year.
Yeah. Top 10.
He was top 10 like the entire year.
Yeah.
We will hit tonight's Major League Baseball card coming up next. You better watch out if this guy finally finds his old form. We'll tell you who that is next here on VSiN.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
The Blue Jays had 63 hits in their 3-game series in Colorado. Seems pretty good.
Good, yeah.
Not
That's
bad.
strong, yep.
20 runs today. Yeah, they got right. But now it gets a different story here after they go home. Well, they have a day off, I should say. They get the Dodgers for 3 and then the Cubs for 3.
God, they were plus 650 most runs. Oh, ice cream.
I looked at and had over 11.5 even money in my queue like multiple times today, and I didn't bet it.
Yep. Highest scoring game, 4-1. Highest team, Toronto, plus 650. Will the team score 15-plus runs, plus 320?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
But you couldn't get the 22-plus runs. No help from the Rockies. 20-1 final. Couldn't get that 5-1.
All right, tonight's card. This one has all the makings here. A's are playing at the Nats, and the A's absolutely mauled that team last night, got 5 early, and it never stopped. Tonight, Springs is going 6 starts since July 1st, Pauly, 4-1 over 34 innings, a 3.71 ERA. FIP about a run higher, so it's not great, but he's allowing almost 2 home runs per 9. Been a little bit lucky with the batting average of balls in play at around 228. League average there is around 300. The A's, though, been pretty hot. 8-3 in their last 11 games. That's in the first 5, by the way. Nats have lost 7 straight in the first 5. Opposing starting pitchers are 9-3 over their K-prop last 12 games against the Nationals. Nothing is going right for this Washington team. And so early money actually came in. I think the A's down to minus 131 earlier.
I've been wrong all week. I don't care. Yep, it's wild, right?
How do you want to attack it then?
Yep. A's and Kurtz props as well. Mentioned how hot Kurtz has been, what the A's are doing offensively. I can't believe how good this kid is. So he goes 3 for 4 last night. He's hitting 353. 22 bombs, 55 ribbies, last 51. Leads MLB OPS against righties. They've won 8 of 11. The issues the Nats have, lost 18 of 25. I mean, you got this guy throwing that was a prospect a long time ago, 26 years old. It's just ride with the Kurtz props, ride with the A's team total. And I think they'll be able to eat and go off on this dreadful Nats team. And you even go back, you mentioned it earlier, how was that series against Milwaukee? They can't get anybody out right now.
No, not at all. I played the A's in the first 5, minus half a run, plus 105. Played the team total as well. What do you think Kurtz opens up next year to lead the league in home runs or to be the AL MVP?
I know. That's not crazy.
Right? I'm saying, but those numbers are going to be they're going to just be so small now after this run that he's been on. Mm-hmm. And spring's been all right. I don't know. The Nationals are just a sinking ship right now, have been for quite some time.
And Wood's been bad too.
He's in
It's another one.
tailspin.
Horrible slump. Yep. And again, I'm shocked that the Braves are favored. We've been doing this all year. You're down 33 units betting Atlanta this year. Worst in baseball. And that's saying something because we got Colorado here. So that these guys are 18 games under 500, favored against the hottest and best team in baseball. The first two lines didn't make sense, and Milwaukee got there. They're also 50-14 when they score first. I love that.
It's one of the best records in baseball.
The Cubs are 48-11 as well. So get that lead, stay ahead, get ahead, just like pitching, location, like real estate. Name of the game, stay ahead, get ahead. 50-14 when they score first. I'm not like Mike. I don't mind Quintana here. And Atlanta just trying to get the season over and what's been a mess. So Brewers, all that stuff. Score first 5, team total as well. I know they let us down a couple nights ago. They got 3 in the 4th, and that was it. But still won the game. And what's Atlanta going to do offensively? That's the other thing.
Well, other than that 8-run outburst against the Reds last week, what have they really done? Not much. Right. Quintana since July 1st, 5 starts, 27 innings, 3.95 ERA. FIP way higher than that. He doesn't strike out a lot of guys. Does allow some home runs, but also Strider's numbers. The FIP is 4.50 in that same time, 11 Ks per 9, so he can obviously strike out a ton. He's walking a lot of guys. He gives up home runs. He's been lucky with the left on base rate because he can strike out guys as well. I don't know. Would you want to play because actually, what's the number here on Braves' first 5? Probably higher than the game because Strider's going to go, you think, 5-6 innings. Brewers plus half a run in the first 5?
I'm okay with that. I don't mind. Yeah, all that's fine.
Yeah, he's a bad 45 here. He's 25 cents higher.
It's a bad team that's priced on brand name and what they've done the last few years. They're 18 games under 500. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on. Milwaukee's 69-44 and a great road record as well. Right back with the Red Sox. Can you trust me? 20-4 last 24 at home, 14-1 last 15 at home. And they lock up Anthony. 8-year deal. What they did today. They just walk up for the Royals. Red Sox trying to get I think it's 4 games set, trying to get the broom out.
Well, a little bit of money here on KC as well. Waka, been really good. Last 5 starts, 2.54 with the ERA. Not allowing home runs, been lucky with the BABIP, but here is where I'm a little bit concerned. I never want to, chase a guy after his last start when he was awesome. So when pitchers are in Toronto, they've been completely ineffective. They don't go over their strikeout prop. Toronto's on this amazing run. He was great. 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned. May, since July 1st, 5.5 with the ERA, 9.5 Ks per 9 or thereabouts. He allows some home runs. Yastrzemski against him, 5 of 11, very small sample size with 4 singles and a double. Trevor Story's been the guy here
good
lately.
Call.
Last 7 days, 10 of 20, 2 home runs, 2 stolen bases, 8 RBIs, and 6 runs. He's doing a little bit of everything. Sox, in their last 12 games, are 9-2-1 in the first 5. Another angle to consider here tonight.
Okay.
With them.
Good.
But that is if you're confident in May.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I can't get there.
All right, this is the guy, who I was talking about before the break. Going to be scary if he finds his old form, turns into his old self, I guess. And I think he's getting there. Or last month or so. This is George Kirby, 4-1 in his last 5, 29 innings. ERA is 3.07, absolutely respectable, if not better. FIP 2.87. Pauly striking out more than 10 batters per 9. Walking fewer than 3 now. 0.61 home runs per 9. This is a guy who hasn't really allowed a lot of home runs in his career. Doesn't really walk anybody. He's pitched at least 6 innings in 6 of his last 7 starts. Earned runs allowed in that time. He allowed 4 twice, 2 runs once, 0 or 1 earned runs in the other 4 starts. And his fastball was averaging 96.4 and 96.5 over his last 2 starts. That's pretty much close to his peak within, I'm going to say less than a mile per hour going back good 2 years ago now. So if he's going to get into, the old George Kirby along with Brian Wu and along with Gilbert.
There you go.
And this lineup is hitting. My God, they can be scary.
They're going to do it. Yep. Deep playoff run. The other thing I love, again, it goes back, stay ahead, get ahead. He's retired the last 35 hitters when he gets 2 strikes on him. He puts you away.
Wow.
That is incredible. 35 straight hitters when he gets 2 strikes on you. You're not getting on. So I think, again, all these moves are working out. Suarez going deep. Naylor. Rodriguez is hot. Raleigh's been in a slump, but I think too much offense here, and they could get to Cannon. A little chalky, but I like Seattle. And I can't back the Padres, though, with Nasty Nestor. He was good with some AAA starts in the minors. But to be $1.50, if anything, it's over. Well, it's a high total of 9.5. Big win last night after Miller blew it. And who knows? Maybe they could come in to be only 2 games out, as the Cardinals have a couple ducks on the pond here in L.A. But I can't recommend the Padres here, but I think it could be a lot of runs in Arizona tonight at 6:40.
Nasty Nestor's $1.45.
Come on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
That's bananas to me.
I know.
I also think, Paul, how do we not get runs here?
We need a lot of them, I know, but that's
it's 9.5.
The same thing.
D. Sclafani, going back, 4.42 ERA last 18 innings. The FIP almost a run higher than that. 3.5 walks per 9. He's allowing home runs. Tatis, 2 home runs, good numbers off him in his career. Diaz, good numbers off of him. Arise, great numbers off of him as well. Maybe a Yurfie here? Top of the order for the Padres,
Sure.
Get it done, or else Nestor doesn't have it. He hasn't pitched in 4 months.
I know. It's crazy. Yep. And the Dodgers just blew it.
Did they really?
Yep.
Oh, it's 4-3?
Yep. There was a base hit, a throwing error. St. Louis leads now 4-3. $1.80 on the money line. Total 8.5.
Wow.
This Dodger bullpen as well. Again, they were 8-1. Not that the Padres could be 2 out after today. Circa Survivor, The Quest for $14 million, 10-part documentary series following the drama, strategy, and heartbreak inside the world's largest legal football contest. Episodes air nightly at 9 p.m. Eastern through Saturday on VSiN. Catch the final 5 episodes August 12th through the 16th, also at 9 p.m. Eastern. If you missed an episode, you can watch it all at vsin.com/survivor, vsin.com/survivor.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch episode number 2 tonight. And the VSiN Twitter account sent out a little while ago. Yeah, you can bet your ass pretty much that the Bengals are going to be featured tonight. They took out everybody last year.
Got me week 3. They got a lot of people.
All right, we'll dive into the Colts up next. Rick Venturi is going to join the program. Would he bet on Anthony Richardson winning the Week 1 starting job at quarterback? We'll ask him on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Pauly, we get a lot of preseason NFL action tomorrow night. One game included in the 3 is the Colts playing the Ravens. And this game opened up Baltimore favored by 0.5 point. Long gone. The Colts now favored by 6 in the game. Plenty of reasons why. And right now we head out to the Progressive guest line as former Colts coach and current radio analyst Rick Venturi joins the program. Rick, thanks for the time today. Good afternoon. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing really well. Really excited to get going here. This is, as you know, this has been my life for 50 years. So, can't wait to really start playing games.
For sure. So, fill us in then. What is the official breakdown of what Coach Steichen has shared with everybody about how the quarterback position will look tomorrow night in that game?
Yeah, he's basically said that in game 1 tomorrow night, Richardson will get the start. He'll go approximately a quarter and a half, and then Danny will finish the half. And then in game 2, they'll flip that. Danny will get the start against the Packers here and go a quarter and a half, and then Richardson, will go the last part of the second quarter. Shane has been amazing. I mean, the reps between the 1s and the 2s with the 2 quarterbacks have been right. I mean, exactly 50-50. So he has done everything possible to make this an open competition, as he promised to do. And he's really lived up to that. Whether or not we can really establish a clear-cut guy at the end, I kind of doubt it. I think eventually you're still going to have to make the decision from your gut.
Wow. Okay, so if I asked you right now, let's look ahead, skip preseason for a second, get to game one of the regular season. Would you make a bet, if you were allowed to, on Richardson to be the week one starting quarterback?
Well, here's my feeling on that. They really, there's very little separation through mini camps, through our first 11 days here. There's been very, very little separation, which actually is to Richardson's advantage. Mm-hmm. Richardson has been better in the percentage of completions. He's been better in the mid-range passing game, which was his nemesis a year ago. The lack of accuracy, the lack of anticipation, but he's been better. And if it continues to be pretty equal like this, not a substantial difference, as we used to say when I was a kid in baseball, tie goes to the runner. And in that sense, they're both good runners, but Richardson's a great runner. And I would say that if it stays pretty close, Richardson would start opening day simply because he brings, if it's equal or close, he brings explosiveness both as a runner and really as a deep ball thrower. So, I think it'll go down to the wire. It'll end up being a gut decision, man. But if it stays close like this, I would think it would be Richardson.
What are your expectations for the team, and if this is a playoff team this season?
Well, this is how I look at this team. This is a very solid team. It is 17-17 over the last 2 years, with very shaky quarterbacking. I think it's a huge year for, the Holy Trinity, Shane Steichen and Chris Ballard and the quarterback. There's no doubt about that. We can spin it, but it's a big year. There's a lot of emotion going into it. I think a lot of focus here. Here's what I think. I think the defenses will be vastly improved. It was 29th a year ago, bringing in Anarumo and then 2 premier defensive backs to shore up that system. I think there's going to be substantial improvement on defense. I think you've got enough skill on offense and enough power with Taylor and that offensive line. The player of the camp so far, knock on wood, has been A.D. Mitchell, the second-round draft pick from last year. If he can play on the outside opposite Pierce with Warren and Downs inside, you could be something good. So I think what it'll really come down to, man, is quarterback play. It'll be quarterback efficiency. I used to say when it was a 16-game schedule in the NFL, God gives you 8 wins to start with, and your quarterback makes it 11 or 5. So, I think in our case, I think we're good enough to be a playoff team. Certainly, we play in a manageable division. But it's going to come down, like with most teams, to the quarterback play.
Yeah, well said. Follow the money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Our guest, Rick Venturi, former Colts coach, now longtime radio analyst. I'm glad you brought up the name Lou Anarumo because former DC there with the Cincinnati Bengals. I just butchered his name. I know that. I apologize. Was it his fault in Cincinnati, or was it the personnel that they had with the Bengals?
Well, I think the personnel quotient really just dropped off. It trickled off little by little by little. And that happens. That can happen to you. It happened to me at different times in my coaching career. I look back to Lou, back into 22, back in there when they were in the Super Bowl. I thought their team, of course, so much is made of their offense, and rightfully so with Burrow and the rest of that contingent on offense, Chase and company. But I thought the most underrated quality of that was their defense. I did a lot of study. He's a really good scheme guy, very aggressive on defense, a lot more pressing, aggressive coverages that we haven't played for a long time. We've been a very passive coverage team. Very area zones, very giving. I won't even be tactful. And I think Lou will bring that. They also helped them with the acquisition of Ward, who's an elite corner, and Bynum to go with Kenny Moore and Cross. And the Wally kid who we drafted third out of Minnesota has played a really good camp. So, I look for really big improvement. I think he'll do what the personnel dictates. Before he had Hendrickson, He was a big blitzing team. After he got Hendrickson, it's a little bit less. I just see him kind of as a combination old school, new school guy that will bring a lot more creativity and versatility to this team.
What's it like with the organization now that the ladies are running things with the loss of Mr. Irsay?
Well, it's a tough loss. Jim and I went back 43 years. We started together in 1982. He was a 22-year-old kid. I was in my first year in the NFL. We grew through a lot of experiences, good and bad, over the years, a very, very close friend. Now, Jim has kind of been out of commission for, a year and a half, almost 2 years. And so, the succession plan has been in place for a while. It's been really seamless. And the way it's set up is two of the girls will be in the other aspects of the organization, and the Irsay, corporation, so to speak. Carly is definitely, without question, the football face of the franchise now. She is the optics. She is on the field every day. She is in meetings, and she's been that way for a couple years. I've been very impressed. It's not a company line. You guys know me better than that. I'm really impressed with her. She's very sharp. She really knows the game. I think she'd surprise a lot of people. She's put tremendous effort into it. And as I said, if there's a silver lining in Jim's passing, it's that he allowed really a period of time for Carly and the girls to really kind of get it, kind of put it together. And so, it's really been a seamless change here. I miss Jim. Jim was a eccentric, great football guy. Told you what he thought at all times. Just a Renaissance man kind of guy. I really miss him as a friend, and his presence will be missed for a while.
Yeah, no doubt. Texans win the division, though, you think?
Well, I think we're all bunched in there. The Titans probably have the steepest hill to climb as they rebuild. You can't take anything away from the Texans. The last couple of years they've won 10 and they've played their tail off in the playoffs. D'Amico's done a terrific job there. They've got a really, they've got game breakers on defense, and I love Stroud. Stroud is a terrific quarterback. He's one of the very, very best. I think Jacksonville will make a comeback under Liam. I think he'll get Lawrence straightened out. I think they might be the under the radar team in the division. And then you've got our team, which, as I said, 17-17. 2 years ago, we're one first down away from winning the division. So you can't count the Colts out. I think, again, if the Colts can get, I put two things on my notebook to start training camp, and I look at them every day. And, the two things are, number one, can we trust Anthony Richardson? Can we trust him? And number two, can Danny play like he did in 22? Either outcome, the Colts could win the division.
Rick, thanks so much for the perspective today. We appreciate the time. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
There you go.
Thank you.
Rick Venturi. Lou Anarumo.
That's a tough one.
Easy for me to say. Jonathan Taylor had a monstrous bounce-back year last year, by the way. 1431 on the ground, 11 touchdowns. After being at around 860 or below the last 2 years. In Pocket Place coming up next here on VSiN.
To determine the winner of any given college basketball game.
Someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything. You take it. Take it. Take it.
I'll bet you $20 I can get you gambling before the end of the day. No way. I'll give you 3 to 1 odds. Nope. 5 to 1. Nope. 10 to 1. You're on.
All right. Apologies. 1 and 2. Easy winner with the Brewers. Freddie Freeman. 0 for 3. 2 sack flies. Couldn't get there with the Dodgers with his Freeman prop total bases. And the Seattle led by 8 at the half. And then here comes Minnesota.
Oh, with no Collier?
Oh, it was bad. 8-point halftime lead gets away. Yeah, I echo your sentiments as well. No good. So tonight, well, the new place, not tonight. Although I do like Mike Palm's play with the Aces, with the key injuries with Golden State, and they just played, and the Aces beat them 101-77.
That was a horrible spot, but...
Well, also, it was a great... Remember, the Aces were off the worst performance in WNBA history, too. So, but we're going right back. It was a winner last week, right back with our old friend, Peterborough United, League One, early Saturday morning, Luton Town, Peterborough United. Let's have some coffee, little steak and eggs, and get another over with Peterborough United. And I can't remember if it was on air or off air, but the meat man said they have a ton of issues defensively. And as Nigel would say, they give up goals for fun. That's right. That's early Saturday. Great to have the soccer back. And this Dodger bullpen's atrocious. Now 5-3 Cardinals. And are the bases loaded? The bases are loaded. Oh, the Dodger pens. But this is a huge game tonight. Padres win, they're 2 back. I mean, and they got 6 coming up against each other.
Did you bet anything on the A's?
Yeah, no. I didn't do anything.
Okay.
I like the A's tonight. I like the Kurtz props, but I'm not giving it out.
Game is underway as we speak.
Okay.
Last night, Severino got there. It took all 6 innings, but he went over 4.5 Ks, plus 125. That was a winner. Plus, at the back end of in pocket yesterday, if you could bet over 13.5 in that game, that felt like a really good bet. I bet it, and that also did go over. The A's would not stop scoring runs in that game. So here's what I'm on tonight. A's first 5, games underway as we speak, but we talked about this several times today. First 5 minus a half a run, plus 105. A's are actually playing some pretty good ball. What do you say how many runs they've outscored their opponents by here since like the All-Star break?
I didn't have that.
Isn't it like 71-30 something?
Yeah.
They're crushing teams. Also in the first 5, last 11, they're 8-3. Nats are 0-7, their last 7 games in the first 5. And Kurtz tying this into over 1.5 total bases, minus 110 in the game.
Yes.
Playing Yurfie tonight. Padres against the Diamondbacks. Nasty Nestor Cortez is going for the first time in 4.5 months. Diamondbacks still have a good lineup, especially at the top. And the Padres have a good lineup at the top. And those players have good numbers against D. Sclafani. This is as high as minus 140 at some books. I laid 20 cents on the Yurfie here at Circa. So if you can find minus 120, which I think you can at other books as well, I'm betting it. And tomorrow night, little preseason action. Raiders, Seahawks under 37.5. According to like all reports, the Seahawks defense ahead of the offense. Now, you're going to hear this a lot with teams, obviously, this point of the year. And I would expect a lot of running in this game from Pete Carroll, from the Seahawks as well. And 37.5 is a pretty high number overall for a total in a preseason game, so give me the under there.
Yeah, I was looking at these favorites tomorrow, first half. I like it. Bengals 3.5.
Colts
3.5. Really like the Bengals. Now that they're finally going to play in these slow starts. Introducing the $500 try from GBank First Bet and Visa. And all you need to do is open a GBank Visa Signature credit card. In the first 90 days, deposit and play through $1,000 at First Bet to trigger the $500 trifecta. $200 in cashback rewards on your GBank Visa Signature credit card. First Bet will give you a $100 deposit match. Visa completes it with a free 6-month Visa Pro subscription. The $500 try from GBank First Bet and Visa. Head to visa.com/GBank. One-time promotion limited customers opening a new account in response to this offer will not apply to request to convert existing accounts. Apply today. Terms and conditions apply.
Dodgers have 6, 7, and 8 coming up in the bottom of the 9th, trailing the Cardinals by a score of 5-3. Pajes, Rojas, and Call. They've combined for 3 hits and a couple of runs scored so far. Any interest in taking anything here with the Doyers? Maybe plus, can they get a run on the board? They are plus 1.5, plus 270 here.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Get a run, sure.
Yeah, get at least one run.
Absolutely. It's a fun day tomorrow. It's a tough day tomorrow. We'll talk to our buddy Tony Rizzo about the hot dog stand in Cleveland, what's going on with quarterback carousel. And then our friend Jordan Scott from Mama's Pizza will be on. Tip jar's open. It's Thursday. So we'll get to talk and everyone gets to meet Jordan Scott. And then it's the last dance at the drive-thru. Matt Human's final fast food rankings. Top 50, not top 10. top 50. Humans in studio for an hour tomorrow with the rankings. I did a top 10, you did a top 10, but no one like Humans, the genuine article. He does this 5 times a day. And I can't wait to see what his top 10 is going to be, and even the top 50, the risers, the movers, the shakers, whose power rating fell, who went up. And so,
for those that you knew in the audience here, you maybe just found us recently, like on Sirius XM channel 158.
Good point.
So Matt Human started doing this a handful of years ago, and it was big like during the pandemic. We were on the air in the mornings doing 3 hours every single day with like no sports at all to bet on. So we were getting creative, and Matt came up with this idea, and it was an absolutely smashing hit, and it continued to be over the years. And, once somebody's like, I'm fatigued, I don't want to do it anymore. That's why he's calling it the last dance at the drive-thru. And I have called him the foremost fast food authority in the country.
Oh, absolutely.
Putting this together. And his analysis, he would write up captions for all 50 places and send it out. I mean, it was absolutely brilliant. But what you heard from Paul is the truth. It's not made up. Matt eats fast food 4 or 5 times a day.
Yep.
And he'll tell you that he has been doing this for 45 years. He has that much experience of doing this. He doesn't call in sick.
No, never.
Goes to the doctor,
Never.
always checkups are okay, good. There's nothing to see here.
I'm disappointed in myself. I had Popeyes number 9. Humans has them 42.
That low, huh? I haven't had Popeyes in a long time.
Yeah, I made a mistake. Freddy's needs to be top 10. I forgot about Freddy's.
Well, let me ask you this.
But I really like Freddy's. They got a good menu. I like the ice cream, the cheese curds. I got a good burger. There's never a line. I can't believe it. I love Freddy's.
Yeah, when's the last time you had it?
A couple months ago.
Okay.
But I think Popeyes, I'm not a big fan of the chicken, but I love the chicken sandwich, and I love the sides and the tenders and all the other stuff that they offer.
Okay, here's my problem with a spot like Freddy's.
Yeah?
I couldn't put them in my top 10. They probably deserve to be in the top 10 because it's delicious. If you've ever eaten there, you know what we're talking about here. I have not been to Freddy's in way more than a year.
Well, is that right?
So I couldn't put them in my top 10.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Yeah. I'm sure Whataburger deserves it. I've never been still. I've been to Whataburger.
I've only been once. That was a C minus.
Is that right?
Oh, my God. At best.
What happened? No good. Ooh.
Well, when you go there and either the sauce for the fries or the chicken sandwich is the highlight of the meal, that's a problem.
Okay. That's too bad.
And like the burger was a throwaway. I took one bite. I'm like, this is terrible. I didn't want to eat it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Fiasco. Tough. Luke says patty melt.
Okay.
Well, I've been on a good run here. I did a Culver's a couple times. I did Portillo's last week, 2 weeks ago. Oh, great. So.
Well, I can't have either one of those. Here's a shocker for you. I can't have either one of those my number one. I love both of them. I love Portillo's.
What?
I wrote this up and I sent. So I gave analysis with my stuff.
Good.
With Portillo's, I said I love it so much I like to invest. Culver's, I said same thing basically. You're not in Las Vegas. It's too difficult for me to get to either one of those spots. I can't have you number one.
Fair. Did you go Shake Shack?
I can't say that.
Oh, you
I can't tell you why. We're save it for tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you write it down?
Do you really want to know that badly?
I'm dying to know. Well, now that the big boys aren't on top, I want to know. Write it down.
No. You have to wait. You're the most impatient person outside of my wife I've ever met, so I'll make you wait.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That is true. That is true.
So there you go. Send them in. FTM@vsin.com for the tip jar.
Yeah, be creative. Tough. I'll tell you, you picked up on it right away. When Human says, okay, August 7th,
I could tell the tone.
You could tell it's like he wasn't excited to do it.
Yep.
And he's at the top 50 list. I looked at a couple of them. I don't want to look at the top 10, though. Always a fun day.
Now, how about this? I sent him my top 10, and his response was, I basically went to all 10 of those spots in the last week just to make sure I had the order right.
Is that right?
So that guy, he does not screw around.
No.
It's incredible.
No. Have you been to Zippy's?
I have yet to be there.
I haven't been to Zippy's either.
No, I haven't.
The kid loves Zippy's.
He does. And by the way, you call him Maui Matt. He goes to Hawaii like 4 times a year. He'll eat Zippy's 3 times a trip.
Yeah.
The real deal Holyfield, this guy.
Yep.
Tomorrow's show.
Right. Oh, it's a banger tomorrow.
Yeah, stay tuned. Primetime next. Scott Seidenberg, 4 hours here. You can wake up early tomorrow. VSiN by the books. Good luck tonight.